Welcome. In this lesson, let's talk about music and how to talk about music and everything related to that. I'm Ajeeth from Capshine. Capshine is a revolutionary learn it together English fluency program. With Capshine, learning English is easy, quick, fun, affordable, and effective, and we promise a brand new you in 6 months or less. Let's talk about music. We're going to look at a few things. We're going to look at how to ask questions about music, about how answering questions about music-related questions work, and how to talk about music-related things using vocabulary. Let's get started, shall we? The first most common kind of question you're likely to come across is, do you like to listen to music, or do you like listening to music? For which you could answer the following ways. You could say yes, sometimes, or absolutely, I love music. Who doesn't? Notice how you answer with a question. This type of question, slightly advanced, is called a rhetorical question. This serves to express your opinion through the question itself. When you say who doesn't, you're essentially saying everybody loves music. I do too. No, I'm not fond of music. No, I don't, but sometimes I listen to music while reading or swimming, whatever it is. I don't think people listen to music when they swim. Maybe they do. Let's talk about likes and dislikes. What do you like? What do you dislike related to music? What do you like to listen to? Or is there any music that you dislike? How do you respond to these? Well, I mostly listen to, and what kind of genre and what kind of artist do you listen to? I like to listen to something. I'm not a fan of a band or genre type. And you could say that you instead prefer something else. Let's look how this plays out. I mostly listen to A.R. Rahman song. I enjoy listening to instrumental music. Great. We've spoken about how to talk about likes and dislikes when it comes to music. Let's talk about when we listen to music. What are the different kinds of music we listen to during different activities? When do you listen a particular activity, when doing a particular activity, or how often do you listen to music? I like to listen to the kind of music that you like to listen to when I am and either in a particular place or doing a particular thing. I like to type of music every day whenever I get time. Let's look at how this works out. Amy, how often do you listen to their music or their songs? I listen to Shreya Ghoshal's songs anytime I have the opportunity, essentially saying that she likes to listen to it at any point of time, right? So this can help you talk about the different situations in which you like to listen to specific music. You could also say, I like listening to EDM music when I am at the gym, right? Let's talk about favorites. Do you have any favorite singer, band, or artist? Or who is your favorite? Both questions are valid. You can ask these when you're trying to find out about someone's musical taste. One of my favorite artists or band is, so again, notice one of my favorite, and you would say singers or bands, and my absolute favorite band or singer is. To show you what that means, one of my favorite bands is Agni. So one of my favorite bands is Agni. You're not going to say one of my favorite band is Agni, right? My absolute favorite singer is Lata Mangeshkar. Make sense? That said, music can also influence your mood and how you feel. You could ask people how you feel or what certain kind of music makes you feel. Does music influence you emotionally? How does music affect you? Both great questions, very evolved questions. You can answer this by saying, this music or this song transforms me to another world or transports me to another world, right? Transforms or transports can also be used here to talk about how it makes you feel. Her voice reminds me of my childhood memories, or another big word is it makes me feel nostalgic. He has a mesmerizing voice and I love it, right? Or you could say, I am mesmerized when I listen to his voice. Let's also talk about some general music-related vocabulary. So the singer or people of the band who create the music are artists. The entire group that creates the music is called the band. These are the performers. Influencers are essentially the people or the different artists who influence, who have inspired a particular band or an artist in their musical production. For example, you could say A.R. Rahman is influenced by Mozart. This is not true. It's just an example, right? Lyrics are the words that people sing when there's a song. The background is the background music. What you see there is an orchestra when there is a huge team of musicians directed by the director, and they create music. That's an orchestra. A performance can be anything. It could be a stage performance, it could be a live performance, it could be a performance like this. All of these are called performances, usually to a live audience. Remix is when you take a song and you change it up a little bit. You might have seen a lot of remixes, especially on social media, when they change something up and add something more, and they sound very different, or they sound better, or sometimes worse than the original song. A solo is when only one person produces music. So maybe it's one guy singing and playing the guitar, and no one else does it. A solo could also mean when a song is going on, suddenly everyone goes silent and only maybe the guitarist starts playing for a bit of time, and that's a guitar solo. Solo is only one person producing any kind of music. Vocals, the person who sings is the vocals. There are also many genres when it comes to music. Essentially, the types of music that you have. You have blues. So blues is a very sort of, it's supposed to be sad, and it's supposed to be about loss and breakups and death, right? Very similar to something called jazz. You have classical country music. Country music is the one where you see a lot of cowboys types of people playing the guitar and singing about things. Dubstep, EDM, techno, electronic, and trance are very new age kind of music, where a lot of these clubs with a lot of the bassy sounds and electronic sounds, these will be under that. Heavy metal essentially is heavy, very percussion based, very growling based music. Hip hop, instrumental, jazz, pop, R&B. These are all older music genres that have been there for a while. A good idea is for you to Google it and see what kind of artists and what kind of music is relevant to each of these genres. This will really help you open up your horizons when it comes to music and the things that you can explore related to music. Speaking of which, let's talk about some idioms associated with music. One of the idioms is to play second fiddle. A fiddle essentially is the bow or the thing that they use. When you're talking about a violin, you have a fiddle. Now, when you play second fiddle, essentially you're not the first person, you're the second choice all the time. So to be in the lower position or rank to someone else is to be the second fiddle. Harry wasn't happy playing second fiddle to his manager, right? To be always the second. He's never the first priority, always the second priority. Another, all that jazz. When you say all that jazz as an expression, it means this and everything else related to it. For example, the engineers were fed up with work, meetings, and all that jazz. So everything related to meetings and work. For example, the emails you have to send, the follow-up conversations you need to have, all of those will be tied into this expression, all that jazz, related to work and meetings. Blow the whistle. Well, this essentially means that you're talking about something, or rather talking to someone about something wrong going on, probably in the place you're working or somewhere close that you're aware of. You might have heard of WikiLeaks, and that essentially was this person blowing the whistle on government problems in the US. A few honest policemen were willing to blow the whistle on the captain, meaning they were willing to tell someone else about what bad things were going on. Face the music essentially means to accept something bad, a harsh reality or criticism that's coming your way. If you miss any class, then you must face the music from your parents. And of course, strike a chord. When you strike a chord with someone, you essentially have become or you found similarities. You sort of connected with the other person. To say or do something that other people agree with is to strike a chord. The movie is bound to strike a chord with all employees in the food industry, meaning they're all going to be able to relate to what the movie has to say. Great, I hope you found this lesson informative. Use these conversation points and the vocabulary in your everyday conversations. If you're not a registered member already, you can check out your free trial by going to capshine.com or downloading the app from the Play Store. Thanks for watching.